My name is Lisa. I'm 27, and until 3 months ago, I thought I knew exactly where my life was heading. 5 years with Ethan, 29, three of them living together in a modest apartment in Brooklyn. I work as a software engineer. He's a graphic designer. We weren't perfect, but we were stable, or so I thought. It happened on a Tuesday evening in late July. I remember because I had just gotten a promotion at work and wanted to celebrate. I picked up his favorite bottle of wine, some expensive cheese from that shop he likes, and came home early. He was sitting on his couch staring at his phone. When I walked in, smiling, holding the shopping bag, he didn't even look up. "We need to talk," Ethan said. Those 4 words hit me like a weight in my chest. I set the bag down on the counter. "Okay," I said, sitting across from him. "What's going on?" He put his phone face down on the coffee table. "I've been thinking a lot lately. About us. About where this is going. I just need some time for myself. I'm not ready to be in this relationship right now." I sat there processing 5 years, three of them living together. Shared furniture, shared bills, shared life. "Are you breaking up with me?" I asked. "I don't know. I just need space. Time to figure out what I want." "Ethan, we've been together for 5 years. You don't know what you want?" "It's not that simple, Lisa. I feel like I've lost myself. I don't know who I am outside of us anymore." I took a breath. "So, what does this mean? Do you want me to move out?" "I think I should stay with my sister for a while. Just a few weeks, maybe a month, to clear my head." Here's what I didn't do. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I didn't ask him to reconsider. I just stood up, walked to the kitchen, put the wine in the fridge, and said, "All right, if that's what you want." He looked surprised. "That's it? You're not going to fight for us? You just said you need space." "What do you want me to do? Tell you that you're wrong about your own feelings? I just thought I don't know." "When are you leaving?" "Tomorrow. I already talked to Rachel." "Do you need help packing?" "No, I've got it." I nodded and went to the bedroom. I heard him making a phone call, voice low, words I couldn't make out. That night, we slept in the same bed, but it might as well have been on different continents. The next morning, Wednesday, he packed 2 suitcases. I made coffee and offered him a cup. He took it. We didn't talk much. When he was ready to leave, he stood by the door. "Lisa, I'm sorry." "Don't be. You need to do what's right for you. I'll text you. We can talk once you've had time." "Sure." He left. I sat on the couch in our suddenly too large apartment and made a decision. I wasn't going to wait around. That afternoon, I called my friend Jordan. "You still need a roommate?" I asked. "Yeah, why?" "Ethan and I are done. I need a place." "Yeah, the room's still open. When do you want to move in?" "This weekend. Works for me." The rest of the week, I packed my things, methodically separating. This is mine, that is his, these were ours. The couch we bought together, the TV stand, the kitchen table, some decorations. I left all that behind. I took my desk, my computer setup, my clothes, my books, kept it simple. I went through old photos on my laptop. 5 years of memories. Our first vacation to Maine, the cross-country road trip, his birthday parties, Christmas mornings, all neatly stored in folders. I backed everything up to an external drive and deleted them from my main computer. Not out of anger, but necessity. I needed to move forward, not keep looking back. There was one photo that stuck with me. Ethan and me at his best friend's wedding 2 years ago. He in a suit, I in a blue dress, both of us smiling like we had no worries. I remember him whispering to me that night, "That'll be us someday." I believed him. I saved that photo separately, maybe as a reminder of what I thought we were. Friday, I signed the lease at Jordan's place. Saturday, I moved out. I left my key on the counter with a note. "Ethan, I've moved out. I figured it'd be easier for you to have the space you need. Rent is paid through the end of the month. After that, the lease is in your name. I took my things, left everything else. No hard feelings. Take care. Lisa." I didn't tell him I was moving out. I didn't ask for permission. I just did it. By Sunday, I was fully settled at Jordan's 2-bedroom apartment. Smaller, cheaper, but comfortable. Jordan worked in finance, kept weird hours, so we didn't get in each other's way. He asked once if I was okay. "Yeah," I said. He didn't push. The first few nights were strange. I'd wake up at 3 a.m., instinctively reach across the bed, find nothing but empty space. The silence was different too. No sound of Ethan's breathing, no rustling sheets when he turned over, just quiet. but I adapted faster than I expected. 2 weeks went by. Radio silence from Ethan. I didn't reach out either. I went to work, hit the gym more often, started cooking real meals. Jordan and I hosted friends for poker night. I went hiking with coworkers. Life continued. I also unfollowed Ethan on social media, not out of spite, just self-preservation. I didn't need to see posts about him finding himself or whatever journey he was on. I muted his sister Rachel too, and a few mutual friends who might post pictures if they hung out with him. My mom called during this time. She loved Ethan and had been asking when we were going to get engaged. "How's Ethan doing?" she asked during our weekly call. "We're not together anymore, Mom." Silence. What happened? He needed space, so I gave it to him. "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Are you okay?" "Yes, Mom, I'm fine. Actually, better than I expected." She didn't push, but I could hear the worry in her voice when we said goodbye. A few weeks later, I got a text from Ethan. "Hey, can we talk?" I stared at it for a moment, then put my phone down and finished the episode I was watching. After a minute, I picked it up again. "Sure, what's up?" I typed. "Can I call you?" "I'd prefer text for now." 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. "I stopped by the apartment yesterday. You moved out?" "Yes, you asked for space. I gave you space." "I didn't mean for you to move out completely. What did you mean then?" "I don't know. I just needed time to think."
Cool.
"And have you thought about things?" "Yes, I miss you." I put my phone down again, staring at those 3 words. I miss you. After 2 weeks of silence, after telling me he wasn't sure about us, he finally said it. "Ethan, don't be like this," I texted back. "Like what?" "You wanted space. I gave you space. I'm not sitting around waiting for you to decide if I'm worth your time. That's not fair. What's not fair is asking someone to put their life on hold while you figure yourself out. Can we at least meet and talk about this? Maybe eventually, but not right now. I'm good where I am." He didn't respond after that. An hour later, Jordan came home and saw me on the couch with a beer. "Everything cool?" he asked. "Ethan texted, says he misses me. And that I'm not waiting around." He grabbed a beer, sat down. "Good. You deserve better than that limbo." 3 days later, my phone rang. It was Ethan. I let it go to voicemail. He called again an hour later. Voicemail again. Then a text. "Please pick up. I really need to talk to you." I didn't respond. Monday morning, another call while I was at work. Another voicemail. I listened to it during lunch. "Lisa, please call me back. I know I messed up. I didn't mean to break up. I just needed time. And now I realize I was wrong. I miss you so much. I miss us. Can we please talk, please?" His voice was shaky, like he'd been crying. I saved the voicemail and didn't call back. That evening, he texted again. "I'm coming by Jordan's place tomorrow after work. We need to talk face to face." "How do you know where I live?" I replied. "Jordan's Instagram. I saw a photo you were tagged in. Don't come here, Lisa." "I'm coming. You can either let me in or we talk in the hallway, but we're talking." I showed Jordan the messages. "Want me to be here?" he asked. "Nah, it's fine. I'll handle it." Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. There was a knock on the door. I opened it. Ethan stood there, looking smaller than I remembered. Hair slightly messy, hoodie, jeans, his eyes red. "Hi," he said. "Hi, can I come in?" "Sure." He stepped in, looking around. "Nice place. It works." We sat in the living room. Awkward silence. He fidgeted with his hands, something he always did when nervous. I noticed he was still wearing the watch I gave him last year. Small details that shouldn't matter, but somehow did. "I made a mistake," he started. "I thought I needed space, but what I really needed was to figure out why I felt stuck. And it wasn't you. It was me. I was scared." "Scared of what?" I asked. "Of commitment, of the future, of turning 30 without feeling like I'd accomplished anything." I panicked. "I know I hurt you. I know I can't take back what I said, but I want to try again. I want us to try again." I leaned back in my chair. "Ethan, when you said you needed space, I respected that. I didn't fight it because if you're not sure about us after 5 years, fighting won't change anything." I was confused. "I'm not confused anymore," I said. "That's good," he said. "I'm happy you figured it out. But I'm not confused either." "What do you mean?" "I mean, I spent 2 weeks realizing that I don't want to be with someone who isn't sure about me. You asked for time. I gave you time. And in that time, I realized I deserve better than being someone's backup plan." "You're not a backup plan? Then what am I? You left because you didn't know what you wanted. Now you want me back because you miss the comfort. That's not the same as wanting me." "That's not true, is it? Be honest. Did you meet someone else?" He looked away. That was all the answer I needed. "Who is he?" I asked. "It doesn't matter. Nothing happened." "Ethan, a guy from work?" "We got drinks a few times. I thought maybe I had feelings, but I didn't. It made me realize what I had with you. The anger I expected didn't come. Instead, I just felt tired. Tired of the games. Tired of being the safe option. Tired of this conversation. You left me to see if you could do better. Found out you couldn't. Now you want to come back. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. And the worst part is you didn't have the courage to tell me the truth. You made it about needing space, about finding yourself, when really, you just wanted to see what else was out there. Lisa, please. I think you should go. Don't do this. You already did this. I'm just accepting it. He started crying, real tears. I love you. I made a mistake. Please don't throw away 5 years because I screwed up. I'm not throwing away 5 years. You did that. I'm just refusing to pretend it didn't happen. He sat there for another minute, crying quietly. Then he stood up, wiped his face. If you change your mind, I won't. He left. I closed the door, stood there for a moment, then went back to the couch. Jordan came home about 20 minutes later. How'd it go? He asked. He wanted to get back together. I said no. How do you feel? Honestly, relieved. About 3 weeks later, I met Ethan's replacement. Ethan is no longer relevant. Let's call him Alex, but this time male to fit the narrative. His name is Ethan now, the man I eventually start seeing. He's a math teacher, kind, honest, and straightforward. No games. Our first few coffee dates felt effortless. I felt seen, appreciated, and safe. It was different from anything I had with my ex. Life was busy in a good way. I had a new promotion at work, a side project developing with colleagues that might turn into something bigger. I started therapy, not because I was falling apart, but because I wanted to understand why I'd stayed with someone who wasn't all in. The sessions helped me see patterns I had ignored for years. I also realized my workouts weren't just physical, they were almost meditative. Up at 6 a.m. at the gym by 6:30, the routine cleared my head and gave me structure. I felt stronger than I had in years, not to prove anything to Ethan, but to prove to myself. About a month later, I ran into Ethan at a coffee shop. He saw me, started walking over, then noticed Ethan, my new boyfriend, sitting across from me. Ethan stopped, turned, and left. Through the window, I saw him pull out his phone. I didn't care. I had moved on. After that day at the coffee shop, I realized just how far I had come. Seeing Ethan, the man who once occupied so much of my heart and feeling nothing but calm, was a revelation. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sad. I was free. Alex noticed my quiet smile. Everything okay? He asked. Yeah, I said. Better than okay. That evening, we went for a walk along the Brooklyn waterfront. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Alex held my hand gently. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I could breathe without fear. No hidden agendas, no games, just honesty and presence. A few weeks later, Ethan tried to contact me again. He sent texts, calls, even left voicemails. I've realized I was wrong. I miss you, one said. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. I had already made my choice. I was no longer waiting around for someone who couldn't decide if I was worth his time. I had chosen myself. Alex and I continued dating. Our relationship was calm but deep. He knew what he wanted, and he treated me with care and respect. We celebrated small victories together, my promotion at work, completing a challenging project, weekend hikes. Every day felt intentional and real. Over time, I shared pieces of my past with him, my life with Ethan, my heartbreak, and my growth. Alex never judged. He listened, supported, and reminded me that my experiences didn't make me broken. They made me stronger. I also reconnected with friends I had unintentionally drifted from during my previous relationship. Family dinners, game nights, hiking trips. Life was full, busy, but in a way that nourished me. One evening, sitting on Alex's balcony with a cup of tea, I scrolled through social media. Ethan had posted something about self-love and growth with captions about moving on and finding yourself. Comments were full of supportive messages from friends who probably didn't know the whole story. I didn't feel bitterness. I felt clarity. The irony wasn't lost on me. He was preaching lessons he never truly learned. I didn't comment. I just scrolled past, letting it fade into the background. My parents noticed the change in me. When I told my mom about Alex, she smiled and said, "You've grown so much, Lisa. I'm proud of you." My dad, usually quiet with emotions, said, "It takes courage to walk away from someone who doesn't value you. Well done." Those words meant more than I could describe. I realized the lessons of the past few months weren't about punishment or regret, they were about self-respect, boundaries, and knowing your worth. I no longer needed closure from Ethan. Closure wasn't in hearing him apologize or explain himself. It was in realizing I didn't need it. I had let go, I had moved forward, and I was finally living my life on my terms. Alex and I continued to grow closer. We laughed more, shared dreams, and built routines together. I loved that he chose me every day, and in return, I chose him. We weren't perfect, but we were real, honest, and present for each other in a way I hadn't experienced before. Months passed. I celebrated milestones and quiet victories. I became more confident, more grounded, and more at peace with my past. I understood now that when someone asks for space, you give it, fully. And sometimes the greatest love you can find is the one you give yourself. Ethan became a memory, a chapter closed, but not bitterly. I didn't wish him harm. I simply wished him growth, knowing it wasn't with me. Life was too short to dwell on someone unwilling to fully choose you. With Alex, I found a partner who valued me, not as a placeholder, but as a whole person. I finally understood that being with someone who is unsure is far worse than being alone. Being alone gave me clarity, strength, and the freedom to love someone wholeheartedly when the time was right. I was 29, thriving, and in a relationship that felt balanced, respectful, and alive. I had a fulfilling career, close friends, and a loving partner. Most importantly, I had learned that my worth was never determined by someone else's indecision. Looking back, the lessons were clear. Respect yourself, don't settle, and don't put your life on hold for someone unsure. Life isn't about waiting for the people who might come back. It's about embracing those who are present, consistent, and intentional. I was free, I was loved, and for the first time in a long time, I felt truly whole.